everybody, and welcome to today's watch party for Creepshow 2. We're trying some new stuff out today. As always, I'm Andrew, and I'm joined, and I think I got this the right way. Oh, that way. There we go. Is he that way? No, that way. Dom. Welcome, Dom.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, I can see you've got some friends joining us. So, just as we go through the roll call and have a bit of our chit-chat before we start, today's sync point will be just as the New World Pictures logo appears on the screen. So I can see over on our YouTube, let's start with, we've got some of our great friends. We've got Horror Fan joining us. We've got Peppergin, I can't say his surname, I do apologise. We've got Cute Cult, Jake Schroeder, we've got Sharon Loomis joining us, who I know is also over on our Discord. We've got Jesse Flores, Anthony Galatis. Everyone, welcome over on YouTube, and let's join our Discord gang. Let's have a look. So, we've got Edward the Black Prince, Lizard Man, Sharon, once again, Jedi Wizard. Let's go through. Eric, Enak, Brainwire, Calbot, Mad Matt, Lexicon. Got everyone joining us, and
I don't know that.
well, I don't know about that either. I've got my personal assistant in the room trying to co-host as well. I don't know about that. Joshua Nelson, welcome. So everyone, just while you're all getting sorted, Dom, I believe this isn't your favourite film.
No. It's not my favourite Creepshow film either. I mean, that's Creepshow 3. Everyone knows that's the best one. No, but in jest, Creepshow 2 was the first Creepshow I ever saw.
Yeah,
which,
same with me.
There's not many, but still. Yeah, it gave me horrific nightmares, and it gave me, this coupled with some light drowning, gave me a perpetual fear of water. It made me a really good swimmer as well.
No, that's not too bad. Well, it's the first I saw. It's my favourite. I'll hold my hand up and say that. And for the longest time, I never saw the final chapter of the trilogy because my father changed the channel on the satellite receiver when I was recording it to something else. So, yes, I'd like to set the satellite... The way it worked was you had to set the video recorder to record the satellite feed, and then the satellite receiver had to leave it on the correct channel at the time, back in the 80s.
Yep.
And, he changed the channel over, so that was great.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
I think that's the final one.
Did I forgive him? Yes, I did. I did. Oh, that's a good question. Well, we're going to get into these, Anthony. That's a really great question. Let's. I'm going to ask everyone that question to think about that question now, and then at the end of the movie, we'll ask everyone that question for the answer. And the question Anthony just raised is, what is our favourite story of the trilogy? And I'm not going, because we've got quite a few people who've never seen this before joining us as well. So, let's let everyone see it, and then at the end of the watch party, we'll ask that same question of everybody again. And Pepper's saying you've not seen the first one. Is that a problem? No, it's completely standalone. It's only very loosely connected. There's no sort of stories or characters really beyond the overwrapping story, and even then.
A very minor connection, and it connects to my favorite story from the first one, and it's my favorite story of this one. And there is a very minor connection that I didn't know until I was a fully grown adult.
Well, you can mention that in a moment. So, everybody, on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press play. That's a loud click from you there, Dom.
I like to click loudly.
This looks like just such a typical small town America, doesn't it?
It's typical Maine, isn't it?
It is,
Stephen King country.
Yes. It's
A
6
rural
a.m.
production. That's George Romero's company?
Might well be.
Yeah, because George Romero did the first one, notoriously didn't have time to do the second.
I think so. That was the case.
It's a mystery as well as to why. I believe it was Warner. Yeah, it was Warner Bros. That did the first one. Mm-hmm. Why they weren't eager to do a sequel? Because it made money. It made quite a bit of money.
Yeah, where I was in quite the strong Stephen King connection there, with it being in Maine, where everything's set in Maine, all his movies.
and there's a young boy on a bike.
Yep. And some
And
horrendous...
Tom Savini here.
Yeah.
Not Tom Savini's voice.
No. That is Joe Silver, who did a lot of voices in sort of movies, radio voices, that kind of thing.
It is an incredibly familiar voice.
It is.
Even though I don't like the makeup that Tom Savini's in, it looks really meh to me. He articulates in it very well. The way he moves his face, because you have to like really exaggerate things when you're in makeup, especially old crappy makeup. You have to really emphasize things, and he does such a good job.
I know you're saying you don't love the animation on this. I think there's a charm to it.
Like a television cartoon kind of charm.
Yeah, very 80s kind of television cartoony charm, but it also reminds me, it's a bit similar to the movie, one of my favourites, which is Flight of the Dragons.
Oh. All right, something I didn't remember is that the opening theme is way too good for this film. This is awesome.
It is great, isn't it?
I can imagine someone on a
like
synthesizer just really jamming out.
I don't know, this film holds a certain charm for me. I like to double bill this with Tales from the Dark Side.
Yeah. I remember this more, though I think I prefer Tales from the Dark Side. Even though
I really love Tales from the Dark Side, and that will be a watch party we will be having in the new year. You can just imagine someone, as you see on the keyboard, and he's just like this, playing it, isn't he? So
yeah.
Eyes closed.
Mullet, probably. Yeah. Just really going to town on that synthesizer.
He's loving it. Oh, now he's
God, yeah.
funking it up. How old were you when again, question for our chat and for you, Dom. All the questions I have are for the chat as well as for here. When did you first see this?
I was so young when I saw this. So I don't remember the first time I saw this. It's a common theme with the watch parties. I don't recall the first time I saw it, though I do have a fun story about going over to my mate's house, who wasn't allowed to watch as many horror films as I was, and we went to our local Apollo Video to rent a movie. That was our local video store. And because I was the guest of the house, my mate's dad was like, "Hey, come on, Dom, you pick it." So I picked up that VHS of Creepshow 2, took it home. When we got to the second story, it was turned off, and I was asked politely to leave. I wasn't invited back.
That's great. That's great. I can see horror fans saying they first saw it when they were single-digit age, and Anthony Glattis saying, "Whoa, Flight of the Dragons, one of my favourites as a child." That is going to be a watch party again in the new year when we do some more fantasy movies.
He does look more like the creep from... Is it Crypt Keeper from EC Comics?
I don't know about that. This animation style does remind me of the kind of... when you would have... I know it sounds really strange, but in the 80s, you'd have a cartoon for an advert for a He-Man toy. And they'd have the animation for He-Man done by the wrong people.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that.
Old Chief Woodenhead.
Yes, Anak. Zelda CGI vibes.
Oh, God.
And Lizard Man likes his pet lizard monster.
Yeah. His Komodo dragon or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Spruce's General Store. I think this may have been the first time I heard the Jimmy Crackcorn song.
Wow. Well, after Joe Petroni retired from all his various things he did at the airport, where his career was completely improbable, after last thing being a captain of the Concorde. He now retired and opened a country store. His wife. Anthony Glass said they were 10. I was probably about 11 or 12 when I first saw this.
You're painting at the worst possible angle, my dude.
Sharon's correct, though, saying this is very typical of a small town country store dying with the rest of the town.
Yeah.
Where the
I've driven through many an American town that have gone
where the
that
town
way.
is the heart of the... Well, the store is the heart of the town.
Hey, they accept MasterCard. I can't remove him from the Naked Gun. Like, George there is just so deeply embedded in my head. I'm waiting for Frank Drebin just to turn up and mess everything up.
And you can see the cafe boarded up behind him.
How old was he when he played this role?
I don't know. Let's have a look.
Because I think this is a case of the
George
Wilford
Kennedy.
Brimleys, where he was made up to be a lot older than he was.
No, he would have been... What was this? This was 60s? 1980s this movie was, wasn't it? 1980?
Yeah.
86, 87? So 86 this was made. Released in 87. He was born in... He would have been 62 here. So, yeah, I'll go with it.
It's the most geriatric 62-year-old I've ever seen.
It's the sun prematurely aging him, Dom. Watch out, it's going to happen to you.
It's a tough 60-odd years, is it?
Yep. Gary, welcome, saying Spruce is Tabitha King's maiden name. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Stevie plopping some trivia in there. Little Easter egg.
What is... I like looking at these... When I watch these movies, I like looking at the old products on the shelves that you no longer have. There's cans of veg oil, which I'm assuming is tinned or is proper old person food. Basically, all-purpose chopped vegetables, very small in a can, where all the flavour has been stewed out of them to be stewed more.
I have just noticed as well the score. It was my compliments to the original score have died now. It's it almost sounded like the Wizard of Oz.
I will say this does have a certain TV movie feel to it.
Oh, for sure. Beautiful car. Did that say Arizona? Yeah. Was that an Arizona license plate?
Might well be.
But then again, did they feel the need to drive from over the road to here?
To kick up more dust.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh, he's just such a nice guy, the one who owns the store. You just want to... I want to go there and buy his tinned vegetables that I'll never eat, just to give him some money.
Yeah. He's got a fairly clean store. He does key cutting as well.
Yeah, exactly. He's key cutting.
All purpose. What's that? Kills mice.
Yeah, he's got something to kill mice, and he's got yarn.
Yarn!
Yeah, Lizardman saying if he has some snack cakes, I'd probably stop off to grab some. And let's face facts, even if the Twinkies are from the 50s, they're still in date.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Are those whisks at the till?
It might be. They're saying, Lizardman saying, what do you think he has? Cupcakes, snowballs, or moon pie? I'm sorry to say to Americans, you've never discovered the majesty that is Mr. Kipling.
Ooh. Absolutely delightful.
No.
You're too humble. I keep wanting to call him George. I can't remember his name. Ray? Is it Ray Spruce?
He is Ray and Martha Spruce, yes.
Mm.
Oh, he's just too nice.
Does he have two kinds of overalls as well? He's got dungarees, and he's got like a.
I think he's wearing dungarees, and he's got an apron over the top.
Yeah.
And he's got vintage pinball machines in there as well.
That he does. Why don't I have any friends like that? I'm giving you like free money, and if you give it back, you're insulting me. I need more mates like that.
Yes, but they have to pay you back in 2 autumns.
Yeah, they do. I just want to give him a hug.
Yeah. I wish that it could be. Even he doubts him. Exactly, Sharon. It's hard to update a country store when you're barely hanging on financially.
Yeah. Here's the wholesome music again.
The wholesome, kindly music.
I think as a kid, I assumed those items were cursed.
Oh, the first.
Yeah. First inkling.
Yep.
Oh, the tumbleweed!
Exactly.
I'm just imagining there's a tumbleweed wrangler on set, given the go-ahead.
We need some tumbleweed. That's a big bag of flour in the window.
Sell it by the kilogram.
Do you know it's such a small town? They've only got 12 Starbucks.
Wow. How can they survive?
Exactly.
They tell me you can go down a street and not see one. It's hardly to even call that living.
It's roughing it in the wild, isn't it?
Random guitar just like swelling there. It got real dark. Oh, he's got Creepshow on the shelf.
Yeah.
Is his name Tommy?
I think it's a walking Timotei commercial.
Oh, God. Yeah, typical Stephen King villains.
They are even.
If his name is Tommy, then the people who made the video game Prey in 2006 have some splaining to do.
Ugh.
Couldn't have said it better myself. You are
Yep.
disgusting.
Sam White Moon.
Sam. What happened to that look of wearing a denim jacket and pretty much nothing else?
Yeah, thank God the era of wearing denim like that. Welcome, Brandon. We're just coming up to about 17 minutes and 21 seconds in. Oh, he's a guy you want to smack the face of, isn't he?
Yeah. Dude, you're robbing a broke store.
Yeah. Thank you, Gary. The big guy's played by Hal Holbrook's son.
Oh. Hal Jr.
Thank you,
will
Sharon, as
forever
well.
be
Got that
his
one
name
as
in
well.
mind.
Exactly. Anthony Glasses. I love 80s bad guys. Always look like they've run away from a punk rock metal band. He does.
Pretty much.
If you hurt them, the nicest people in the world.
Quick, grab your loose oats.
Yes. He knocked the dried meat display on the floor, the inhuman monster. Oof. Oh, it's that red vine stuff.
The potatoes. Ah, yes. What?
What?
You're into some interesting things. Then go. You know, I tell myself the same thing, Andrew.
Yes. Yeah, Edward, I think you're probably right there. The only role you're getting is Dances with Wolves if you're lucky. As extra.
Unfortunately. Give it like 5-6 years. Loads of extras on the X-Files. They had native actors in abundance. Tell you the one thing that this does differently to the first one. They do leave the stories longer because there's less of them.
Yeah.
And it gives you a chance to get into the mindset of the characters far easier. Where I don't like it too much is that you have the greatest people on Earth and the worst people on Earth.
Yeah.
And you don't need that much time with them. I would
No,
like to see a version of this where you trim it a bit. Gordon Bennett, I can't remember the guy's... What is that Greek story?
What's the end game of the robbery now? Yeah, the other henchman's got the point now.
Yeah,
Let's go.
there's nothing
What?
left.
Lizard Man, I see what you're saying, agreeing with Dom, it feels a bit padded out at the moment, but equally, it is to build the emotional baggage we're going to need in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, he's just
He knows.
cruel for the sake of being cruel.
He knows what his uncle brought.
Yeah, he does.
That's right, the movie would have been Samson and Delilah.
Samson,
called.
thank you.
Because in a minute, we aren't just going to hate these guys, but that Sam in particular, we are really going to hate them.
Oddly enough, that feeling of having something incredibly good be taken away, and then vengeance happens, and that's satisfying vengeance.
Yeah.
That is something that's very much in the vein of the old DC comics. They used to get them done really well. And later on, Tales from the Crypt would do the same thing really well. Like comeuppance. And I think the original Creepshow didn't do that as much.
No. Oh, he
Wow, this is
shredded her.
melodramatic.
Yeah, but he shredded her behind that apron, the amount of blood in different areas leaking through.
Yes. Ham it up, George.
No. I want vengeance.
Oh, yeah, for sure. A desert water bag as well. I'm still mesmerized by the stock on the shelves. But you are right. Arseholes. Utter
Yes.
evil
Yes.
degenerates.
Yes, I want all these people to die.
$2.
Well, they did steal the big bag of
Oh, yes.
jewellery.
You have now. You have 70% too much denim, dude.
Yeah. He is rocking the double... His double denim is
double
so...
denim.
He couldn't even have a shirt.
No. It would have been upsetting if he had a shirt that wasn't made of denim.
Yeah. Thank you, Jedi Wizard. Yes, it is my lucky day. My wish is coming true real soon. Oh, I like the fact the score's now got the guitar in it and it's turned into that kind of 80s... It's almost like an Equalizer kind of Death Wish vibe going on.
Yeah.
The score.
Definitely has that
The
feeling
score's
to it.
really good on this, honestly.
I know I
Sharon,
sound like I'm
the lack of
absolute-
blood is she bled into the oats, it appears.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I sound like I'm just the biggest fan of Creepshow 1 and all, but I do prefer Creepshow 1's soundtrack. It's more sinister.
I think this is part of my 80s love of this kind of everything 80s.
You killed two old...
Kindly old people who've been
kindly old
supporting your
people.
relatives and your community for years, which is why they have such a large debt to them. Because they've been putting everything in the book.
Yeah. But why are you so proudly cheering? Get him, Chief.
Yeah.
I like to think this soundtrack with a cool guitar is all in Chief's head.
Yeah.
He has his own soundtrack that he kicks ass to. Admittedly, this is quite nice, this little jingle here.
Yeah. What's actually interesting is the guy playing inside the Chief Woodenhead costume is a guy called Dan Camin, and he's a real master. He's one of the most renowned people for doing teaching movement to actors.
Oh.
He was the one who trained Robert Downey Jr. for the film Chaplin and Johnny Depp for the film Benny and June.
So this has a connection to the Avengers
It
and
does.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm happy to think that Chief Woodenhead is an Avenger.
Yes.
He can join the Avengers anytime. I just hope he moves a little bit quicker doing this, because he's moving so slow. They'll be in by the time he finishes, they'll be like, right, I've got my film contract in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Welcome, Ace Arcadia.
I remember that scene creeping me out as a kid. I think it's because the hollow, lifeless eyes.
He's got a picture of his prize bull.
Are those his... Oh, okay. His house is putrid.
It is vile.
Is that a burn mark in the back?
I think it's just general grime.
Oh. Time to play Spot the Clean Spot.
That's it, Chief Woodenhead, you.
Yeah.
Oh, through the beer can as well. My subtitles say, whizzing then the thud.
I think it was around this point at my friend's sleepover where the parents were like, oh no, what have we done?
Edward the Black Prince says, let the Chief join the Avengers. The Justice League already has got Apache Chief.
Exactly. See, that's a very long establishing shot.
Mm. Do you get the feeling everyone had to watch a TV programme that had a very low royalty cost, or almost public domain TV programme to be in this movie?
Well, you see, the town was dying. They could only afford TV that was in the public domain. I'm surprised they're not all watching The Thing. Even that's not... Well, The Thing from Another World, sorry.
Oh, they're all watching Loco.
They're all watching, yeah, the same thing. No. Oh. I can't imagine I would be that silent.
No.
His prized car.
It's the Cisco Kid Convict Story episode they're watching. Cisco Kid Season 1 from 1950. It's also worth noting, if they're all watching this episode, that the chief did this within 30 minutes. He killed all 3 of them. The chief can
So
haul
either they
ass.
live right next door to each other, or he can move. That's his secret, Cap.
Yeah. Anthony, it's a TV show episode called The Cisco Kid, and it's a 30-minute episode of the show called Convict Story, Season 1, Episode 5.
He kills them all in different ways as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think this is the best murder, though.
For sure. Gotta have that psycho string.
Yeah. Yeah, my subtitles, yell continuing, slowly fades.
But here's the thing. We had like maybe 5 minutes of like the action horror, and the rest of it has been built up.
Yeah, but they
Admittedly-
deserved it. They deserved every bit of it.
I would have, in my memory, it was a lot longer. The action set pieces, anyway. Got himself a scalp.
Yep. You haven't
kinda
scalped
head
my
hurt.
wayward nephew, have you?
I'd recognize those flowing locks anywhere. Surely imagine if he was coming back to pay off George and his wife. I got the money, but yeah, he doesn't know what happened. Surely,
I don't know. I mean, it all seems to happen. It happens in quite a weird kind of way. I mean, surely this is the next morning.
yeah.
Here's your package, Billy. I'm a generic old man.
One of those people from Maine. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, the animation is just.
It's great.
Why is your entire body moving? And now old man's head is the only thing that moves. Just slams the cash down with his elastic arms and then just waltzes on out.
Wormwood. It's great because it's over the top.
Yeah, very over the top. It's very theatric. What I do like is that the wraparound takes us from one story to the next.
Yeah.
Whereas the first story, it kind of did, just flicked a page, though. It was very subtle. And here we're being carried through the story.
I find that
Here
edit's
is my
really...
favourite one.
Yeah, but I find the edit on the opening of this really weird, that it holds on the freeze frame of the car starting for quite,
I know.
like, a bit long.
Here's
Well,
my
clearly
favourite
these... Okay, let's tick this off on the old horrorometer. We have teenagers who aren't really 35-year-olds smoking drugs and getting up to naughty stuff by a lake.
marijuanas.
They're smoking the marijuana by a lake, and they're going to get up to teenager things.
Doing a harsh weed.
Yes.
Now,
They're listening to the devil's music.
they are. And we have stereotypes. We have nerdy girl, nerdy boy,
Yeah.
sexually not provocative. What's the term? Prolific, sultry lass, and sportsman.
Is that girl wearing a Horlicks University t-shirt? Is Horlicks University a real place?
No, it is a place from the first one. It's
Is it really?
the university where the crate takes place.
Ah, is that the connection?
That's the connection. The crate is my favorite segment from
There we
the
go,
first
then.
one.
They're up
And I believe
to
it's the
debauchery.
only connection to Creepshow 1. What? Why are you whooping? You
Yes.
slid out on. This lake does look beautiful, though.
It looks...
See, she
Yes,
and I are on the same wavelength.
exactly, Anthony. The classical, typical food for monsters and nasties. It's like he ordered them on Uber Eats to be delivered. 4 juicy teenagers on which I may feast.
Like it's this big thing. If you can swim or float remotely, it's not. What did he just tie to his underwear?
It's a little watertight.
Screen?
No, it's a little watertight tube, and they used to have them in the 80s for when you were on holiday, on vacation, or holiday as we call it in the UK. And you'd put your you could go in the pool and put your your paper money in there.
Oh, okay.
And keep it dry. It's like a waterproof little thing. But clearly he's got his marijuana in there.
Oh, well, your weeds, I mean, you need to have them. I've just remembered another thing that this inspired me to do. I was in a spooky story club in my primary school. God, I must have been really young when I first saw this. But we used to tell each other scary stories, and I essentially told this entire story to my group of friends, replacing the characters with us. And I gave them nightmares too. I spread nightmares like the plague as a kid.
Oh. So she's going in her denim shorts and her jumper. Thank you, Ace Arcadia. Welcome as well. Poncho and Cisco are the guys' nicknames in this story.
Yeah.
Do you know I've never swum in an open body of water, and I have no intention of doing.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
What's with all the ducks? Yes, Mad Matt, keep the sweater on because it's cold in the lake.
Exactly. Got to stay warm. Somehow.
Cute Cult over on YouTube says, anyone remember the bootleg Creepshow movie The Willies? I don't.
No.
I just found the lighting quite strangeness because clearly it's sunset over in that part of the lake.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm disappearing. I've turned my light down a bit in my office. I've turned that back up a bit. There we go.
I think there was stories about how much of a pain in the ass it was to get this effect and how they took loads of...
Was it trash bags?
I think it was trash bags, but they had like oily, slicky stuff, and they spilled it in the truck on the way over, and they just couldn't clean the bloody car.
Yeah.
But it looks just like trash bags. It does. Like...
And Axe saying, how do you tip a raft that big?
I'm curious how you go to a lake, knowing you're going to swim to a raft, and willingly go when you are such a weak swimmer.
I will say these kids are not very well prepared for the raft, surely. I know they've got the drugs with them, but surely... Where's the beer?
Exactly. Well,
Where's
when
the
you
rock
have
music?
the weeds, you don't need anything else. You can do all of those things to an oil slick, my man. You'll
Yes.
use experience one.
See, he's keeping his drugs dry in his little pouch. Yes, Eric, exactly. Those rafts have to be pretty counterweight below the water, so they should not be easy to topple.
There's the rock music. They left the car on. Why are they talking about an oil slick as though it's a mythical being?
My daddy
Oh, yeah.
once saw an oil slick.
Right next to the chupacabra. And the Loch Ness Monster. Well-known American fables, Bigfoot, oil
Thank you,
slicks.
Ace Arcadia. They shot this in Arizona expecting it to be warm, but actually it was really cold, and they are not faking the cold.
I believe that. You think that warm places are going to have warm water? I don't know. It tricks you. Every time in Vegas when I've been to a pool, it's freezing.
Yeah, Lizard Man. Well, Mad Matt says no environmental backstory like Godzilla's smog monster, and Lizard Man says if Godzilla was around, they wouldn't be in as much danger right now. But what if Godzuki was there?
You decimated that joint, dude. What the hell?
Yeah.
All right, he's tripping. What would Deke be short for?
Derek, maybe?
Deckard?
I'm going to touch the creepy bubbling stuff that's making a weird noise.
The problem
What could
is
go-
she has ingested the weeds.
Yes.
Oh. See, this is great because the actions happen very quick. We now know the
Yes.
stakes. We now know there's a lot of danger. It also goes completely against type by having the sweet
Quiet.
nerdy girl that didn't
Yeah.
want to do the drugs get taken out first.
Yeah, you would have thought she was going to be the hero at the end of this, so it is quite well written in that aspect. Oof.
Ugh. It is definitely the big hitter of Creepshow 2. I think everyone pretty much almost unanimously agrees with that. This one is at least good. The
It is one of
soundtrack
the
as well,
best.
like those stings, those like nee nee. It's very similar to the first one. It's more ambient, electronic, frightening noises rather than an actual soundtrack. And again, we don't have very complicated characters. We don't need to understand what's going on in Deke's brain because he wears it on his sleeve or his
Yeah,
underwear.
in his little yellow pants.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying, does it eat or absorb its victims? I don't know.
Don't know.
That tape of generic rock music is going to run out soon.
Maybe they're on the generic rock AM or something. Oh god, this one.
Ugh.
Go, Deke, go.
Go. We'll discuss it while we can hear what we're planning. Oh. Oh. Oh.
And this has simultaneously the best and worst special effects in the film.
Yeah. There's something about all the deaths in this story, though, how brutal they are.
Yeah, because they're so quick and so...
They're quick yet
painful
slow,
looking.
if you know what I mean. It's like the attack's quick, but it takes a while to devour you. It's not like, pumph.
And nothing you can do once it's got...
Yeah. Oh!
Yep, the leg popping up.
Oh. No, that's...
Deke always wanting to do the splits.
And his ring comes off.
That's a fancy looking ring.
Oh. The YouTube chat is saying it's like the water version of the Blob, and Anthony Glass says it's nasty. It's Freddy 3 vibes from this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The monster does not respect safe zones, Lizard Man.
No.
Oof.
They're on a no-no square and he's not respecting that. It's so nerve-wracking.
Well, I tell you what's really nerve-wracking. My wife's just clearly had a shower, and the ensuite bathroom is behind my office, and the wall's creaking as the pipes expand. In time to this raft noise here, so yes.
Yeah, I'd say this story is very well cut. It doesn't waste much of its scenes, if any.
No. So we've got to assume that raft is fastened to the ground somehow. Underneath there's a rope or an anchor holding it in place, because otherwise it would look like it was going to drift to the edge.
Yeah. I mean, you could just paddle every now
I don't
and
know if
then.
you could
It would
paddle because
eventually...
you've got the... Well, it depends how quick it could dart at you, I guess. Is that a piece of the blob has broken off to the right of the raft by the corner, it looks like, in the water?
I don't think so. It's just a hole from where they dragged Deke in.
No, sorry. Oh, it's just gone. On the water surface, to the right, there was what looked like a piece of the blob thing had the monster had broken off.
Well, it could have done.
I mean, it's a
The
baby.
trash can just...
It's had a baby, it had so much food. Edward the Black Prince says, there's a piece of land there you could swim to. Oh, right. Edward, oh.
I'll wait out. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Mad Matt says, if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, apparently you can spot film crew in the water.
In the reflection? Oh, yeah. Piloting the trash bags. Arizona at night time.
Yeah. That's just the Screaming Eagles.
It's only the loon.
Joshua, that's not right. Throw the girl in as a distraction and swim for it.
Has he read
Well,
the script?
actually, not far off. Aside from in this modern day and age, it's maybe not appropriate what happens.
Oh, in any day and age, isn't
No,
it
in any day and age,
appropriate?
but with a modern perspective on it.
For sure.
This scene hasn't aged well in a moment.
No. I feel like some of that was shot day for night.
That's a good battery on that car.
It's a very good battery. It's so gross.
No, Randy, this is not acceptable, Randy.
His name is Randy.
Yes, but this is not acceptable.
It's not.
Don't be
But
that
the
guy,
musical
Randy.
sting is trying to make out that it's romantic for some reason.
Yeah.
She has cute earrings. They're nice.
Yeah. Randy, no, Randy. No.
Yeah. Bad.
Randy,
Very-
no. Yeah. Not appropriate, Randy. In fact, it makes it even worse.
Well,
He's doing this, which is highly inappropriate, and then he's doing this to her, which is inappropriate, and then he's actually putting her to her death as well.
Yeah, yeah. We can all agree Randy's a scumbag.
Randy, you're going to get what you deserve, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Where's the chief when we need him to stop this?
Yes. Yes, Lizard Man, that's his best friend's girl. And the girl he was trying to hook up with died yesterday, so yeah.
Yep.
Randy, I think you are one of...
He heard no and he did stop, to be fair.
Yeah, he shouldn't have to be told no. He shouldn't have
He
started...
shouldn't be told.
Oh.
You did this, you monster.
Yes. Oh.
Oh, that poor actress. Pulling the sludge into your mouth.
Oh.
Oh.
And he just leaves her falling, didn't even grab her by her feet to try to pull her back.
Now,
Look, he knows the creature's feasting, so he's like, quick. Randy, I'm sorry, but you are possibly one of the biggest scumbags we've ever seen in a watch party, character-wise.
screw you, Randy. Go, Blob, go. Get it.
Go, Blob. Go, Blob.
Little did we know the trash bag was the hero of this story.
Yes.
Come on, speed up.
Yep, that's a good point though, Edward. Again, he swims for the car that's far off and not the land right behind him. Yeah, exactly, Sham. We'll get some t-shirts that say, screw Randy.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, he's an absolute idiot.
Yes. Yeah, you got what you
Screw
deserved.
you, Randy.
Yeah.
Does it belch here? If I remember correctly, it just burps.
Exactly, Ace Arcadia. Trash bag for the win. Yeah, little belch.
There it goes.
And now we get a song with some lyrics in.
Surely it should have been about blobs consuming horny teenagers called Randy.
Yeah, bye, Randy.
35-year-old teenagers.
Yeah. But it's actually quite interesting because story-wise, it doesn't play out the way you think it would.
No.
Like, you would perceive Randy as being kind of a kind and good character, and the girlfriend who was the one who's alive at the end, the more promiscuous one, to be the one who died at the start. Kind of does flip it a bit, doesn't it? Anthony Glass wanted a Jason cameo. I don't think they had the funds for that.
Yeah, unfortunately. See, this music again. I like this music.
Sharon says there were no winners in today's episode of Survivor Raft Edition. Hang on, that looks like the ginger-haired cousin of Sam from Old Chief Woodenhead. He's wearing double denim and no shirt.
These are the bullies?
Yeah.
The kid with glasses with tape around them, the ginger kid, and the goth? The bullies? Oof.
That kid's so evil he wears spurs.
That kid's so oof. That kid's so evil he has like purple eyeshadow.
Yeah.
What? You're out of focus there.
It does remind me. I like the animation though, because it's curiously not perfect, because it reminds me of after-school specials and sort of cheaply done animation, which I kind of like.
What you're saying is we need to do a dub over of the animation. Oh, wow. I think I had that exact alarm clock. / radio.
I was gonna...
Oh, look, Stephen King's
15.
It. What else is there?
She's having an affair in the biggest underwear known to man.
They didn't even light the candles. They are untouched.
Right. That's I'm calling the realism of this scene. He's able to set his alarm clock's time on the first try. Set the clock.
Yeah, that's totally unrealistic.
Oh god, I've gone past it. Oh, I've got to go past it again. Oh, it's 11:50. Oh god, it's 3 p.m.
You have a frightening amount of teddy bears for a single man.
I thought you were referring to me then, sorry.
Oh no.
I was going to say, you haven't seen the actual mountain in our bathroom at the moment from moving house that belonged to my niece we need to do something with. It's literally the bathtub is full of 5 trash bags of stuffed toys in the room next to me, so. Gosh, she looks like a teacher.
So quick.
She looks like a substitute teacher.
Mate, I hate to burst your bubble. The man knows the grift, and I got to appreciate that.
Edward, this story is not the best story, but I like it in a way. But she's with her gigolo. I'm trying, Edward. Don't worry. I'm going to make you laugh. We'll make you laugh. Don't worry. Lois Chiles. Who can tell me where Lois Chiles is probably most infamous from? In her Mercedes. That's right, Calbot Moonraker. And what was her character called? And that'll make you laugh, Edward, because disco space suits and lasers. Brilliant, Moonraker. That's right, Gary. You got it over on YouTube too. I will say, as a bit of a car fan, that is a Mercedes 380 SE in 1984. That is a classic, proper Mercedes of the era, where that car's probably still on the road today.
Mm. Why is the music wholesome, sweet?
Wholesome, sweet, and almost sympathetic towards her.
Yeah, exactly. As she's discussing her story, her cover story.
That's really quite inappropriate.
Cheap?
The music where she's... Well, I don't know. I don't know the going rate for male prostitutes, either as a buyer or a seller these days.
I feel like
my
I'd
past is
respect
a long...
myself a bit more than $150.
I don't know. It was a different time. She's not wearing her seatbelt.
She's also starting to yawn. It's meant to be a 7-minute drive. Oh, well, 20 miles.
And also, I've just noticed a goof here. She's not got her headlights on. Or she has outside, but not inside, because the dashboard is not lit up.
Who is that driving?
And that's a fisherman with a hook for a hand, and he knows what you did last summer.
Yep. Barely bent the badge.
Yeah.
They built them good back then.
Well, that's what the badge on the bonnet is for lining up to run people over like a crosshairs.
It's a crosshair. Ooh.
Oh, he's properly...
Yeah, his feet twisted in opposite directions.
Ooh. I can tell you something. I'll tell you a bit of a car-related accident-y story that I was involved. No, I didn't have an accident myself, but we came across
person trying to get to California.
No, we didn't. We didn't kill. I haven't killed many homeless people in my car, but my friend and I came across a car accident, and we fortunately managed to get medical aid for the person, and he was taken away and he survived. He had quite catastrophic injuries, but he did survive. But when the policeman came around to visit me the next day and take my statement, he told me something that always stuck with me, which was, I'm amazed he lived because he wasn't wearing his shoes. And he explained to me that... Oh, Stephen King cameo we're seeing there.
Yeah, there's Stephen.
And what he meant by that was that in the worst accidents you see, people's shoes will often come off. And if generally, as a rule of thumb, you'd say if you see an accident where someone has lost their shoes, they won't survive because the injuries to them are so sort of severe. Always stuck with me. Oh, I want some of those road flares. You can get them, Dom, in America.
Yeah, I
they have
probably
them
can.
there. We don't have them here.
I'll ship them back to you.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
sure
sure.
that's not a felony.
Yes.
Don't you just hate getting blood out the windshield?
Yeah. And she's still not wearing her seatbelt.
Well, she's not the one in danger.
Nor does she have her
She
dash
is the
illuminated.
danger.
Nor does she actually have her headlights on, because her dashboard will be illuminated.
When I have an alibi, at least, I killed a man.
I killed a man.
Oh, that's fair.
I killed the black cousin of Georgie from It. He was wearing the same raincoat.
He was wearing the exact same raincoat, and it was on the bookshelf of the Gigolo.
Yeah. And he is a reckless
Clearly.
driver.
Oh, clearly. A reckless individual.
And also, something else a bit of life advice I'd give you as well, that some other friends of mine learnt when they were young and started driving. If you're driving a car and your dashboard doesn't light up, well, sorry, the radio's lit up, but not the sort of speedometer. But anyway, if you're driving a car and it has an electrical fault where the dashboard doesn't light up on the car, don't attract the attention. So, and a policeman stops you because you're driving around with no headlights on. Do not say to him, "Oh, I don't know they're not on because my dashboard doesn't work." The police don't like that. A friend of mine tried that when he started driving, and he had to arrange alternative transportation home. Oh, well, it's okay. She's going to the Hampdens? Hampdens? I thought it was the Hamptons.
That's something else, I think. Maybe we're both just very ignorant and it is the Hamdens.
Hampdens? Or is it the Hamptons for people who don't quite have enough money to live there? They live in the Hampdens.
Yeah, it's the Hampden. Admittedly, this one does have... this one's pretty much all character-driven.
It is a town in Massachusetts. Hampton. You forgot something, lady.
Oh, God.
You could turn this into a comedy. Just imagine him to be the Eric Idle Englishman from the National Lampoon's European Vacation film, where he's limping with horrific injuries. Like, righto, Squire. No, it's just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh
Brought part of your car back for you.
You forgot this, love.
Yeah. Ooh. Enak saying, wasn't there a Simpson episode with this plot? You're thinking probably of the one that spoofed I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Why does the music sound like it's from the Hulk TV show?
Doodle-doo. This is a bit weird.
There's no way one person did all of the soundtrack to this. No way.
There is. And he had a keyboard in demo mode. Thanks for the ride, lady.
This is just normal hitchhikers for you.
Yeah. Oh.
That's one hell of a sunroof.
But I'll say the score is hauling ass at the moment.
But again, it's... it's weird. It
Great.
doesn't belong here.
And the guy's like, yeah, I'll get my hand out.
Now I'll get in.
Here we go. Come on.
You... Oh, she didn't have the stop sign, to be fair.
If only you were wearing your seatbelt, madam.
This soundtrack. Look how happy she is now.
She is.
She's confident about her driving abilities. I don't know why. You accidentally hit a man on the side of the road. Do you think you can dodge all these trees? I'll take it all back.
Sharon says, "Sorry, officer, I was trying to drive away from the guy I killed. He was being so sarcastic to me."
Driving in a thick brush. This is, yeah, great idea.
Yep. So, what I don't get is the guy no longer dead on the floor with the truck driver and the others? How's he got here? Is she imagining him? Is that what we're trying to infer? Is he supernatural? What's...
Well, when you die, your spooky ghost goes out and gets revenge for you, but your body, your corporeal form, remains.
But he's using a corporeal form to grab onto the Mercedes.
A poltergeist can manifest corporeal forms to do
I don't know.
To do spooks and shenanigans.
Let's say old Chief Woodenhead did it.
Yeah. I would have got the job done ages ago.
Yes.
Just chase the car.
Okay, get ready for a jump scare in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Any second now.
Yep, it's coming.
We're getting a jump scare.
It's on its way. He's in the glove box.
Oh, now you get your gun out the glove box.
It's a poor guy. See, I just like to think he was alive. He just got up and managed to catch up to her.
What you don't realise is this is a one of those YouTube videos of people actually looking for a random act of kindness from a stranger gone really wrong.
Yeah. Please stop shooting me in the face.
I've had worse Uber rides.
Yeah, so have I.
The guy with the guy in the yellow coat, 4 stars.
Oh God!
Put it in reverse.
Oh.
Has anyone else ever had an Uber ride where you were sure you were going to be taken to the middle of nowhere and beat and like assaulted and left for dead?
Yep.
Yeah, we had one. I've had a couple of those.
Oh God.
I've also had them before where you're sure the person's actually stolen the car, or they're escaping a heist.
Come on, get in. We don't have much time. What?
Yes.
Gonna be hard to say you're at the movies now, isn't it?
Lizardman says later at the garage, the mechanic's going to find the problem. The dude's femur in the axle. Well, that's your problem right there.
It's haunted.
Yeah, Sharon saying she's mad at him. That's messed up. But look at it this way. The reason she's mad at him is it's part of her arrogance.
Yeah. She's so used to getting whatever she wants. Like in that little fantasy there, it'll be just like it came fresh out of the showroom. I think my main problem with this story is that the stakes are so binary. He is clearly an endless pursuer. She
Yeah.
clearly can't escape him regardless of what she does. And a good version of this is like the modern, I say modern movie, I think it's 2012 or something.
Oh.
It Follows.
Oh,
where you
welcome,
have-
Felicia. You can always catch us by rewinding. We're just coming to the last chunk of the movie. Oh, it's this scene. This is one of the most brutal scenes in the movie.
Yeah. But yeah, when you have like the constant pursuer trope, you
Yeah.
need some way of giving you hope that the character can get away from it. Like in It Follows, there are rules that it's kind of like a sexually transmitted infection. You
Yeah.
pass it on, you pass the pursuer on to someone else. If there was something like in the car that was bringing him to her, that would have been better, especially in a short form story like this. Like having his kneecap or whatever in the car and she gets rid of it and she's like, I've done it, I'm free now. And then you have the payoff at the end. Without that,
What I'll also say is, especially for a Mercedes of this era, if anyone knows their older cars, they used to come with fabulous toolkits prepared for any eventuality. So if she'd have looked in the boot and in the manual for the car, there would have been procedures in dealing with a zombie hitchhiker and some kind of supernatural weapons supplied as standard with the vehicle in the trunk
looks for the manual.
to remedy the problem. If only she'd looked in the manual, they were that
Have
well
you
equipped.
run over a drifter hitchhiker?
B, a vampire. Go to page.
C, a trash bag in the ocean that's consuming young horny teens that are 35 years old.
Please note, if your zombie is a runny zombie rather than a slow shuffling one, contact your local Mercedes dealer for assistance.
Is this how they sell you the up packages? You want to get the
right.
runny zombie package?
That's right.
The fact that the thing still moves. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You never even hit the guy in the first place.
Yeah, exactly, Brandon. Sure, it was all a dream, lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and good thing her husband is a lawyer.
So convinced in everything she does, she's positive that just to grab that control again.
She's worrying me. Exactly, Sharon. That's true. This could all be in her mind. There is an argument. This is all in her head. Well, for now, it's all an argument. It could be in her mind.
Right, caution.
Can we also have a little bit of praise that that car has taken an absolute pounding and yet it's still drivable?
They knew how to make them back in the day.
Oh, yes.
Bet the check engine light isn't even on.
Nope.
It's a lovely house.
You do know that there could be a wonderful edit of this with The Wolf of Wall Street, because the house is very similar, where it's just basically just taken a Quaalude earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you just hit a tree considering the amount of blood all over the car.
Trees bleed.
Yes, Felicia, a lot of our community were focusing on that in the raft, that they were focusing on getting to the car when there was land much closer.
Mm.
Ooh.
There's Akbar.
Yep.
Ugh. Oh.
Ugh. What's he trying to do? Strangle her? Lick her?
Yes. What is this edit?
Oh, and now we see her kind husband, who's clearly not also having an affair, getting home.
What's my story? Hobo.
Maybe
That's
he
why
was
I'm
having an
late,
affair
dear.
with the hobo hitchhiker, and they had an argument,
Maybe.
so he dumped him by the side of the road.
Yep. It all makes sense now. There's a lesson for you, kiddies. Always double tap. Oh. At least the cool music's come back.
The funk's back.
Mm-hmm.
He was Ace Arcadia. He was the guy who saw the homeless. Well, he saw the hitchhiker get hit, and he was the guy who called 911.
Mm.
I'm sorry, he's got streamers on his bike.
He does. They make you go faster. Everyone knows this.
This was what every kid imagined, though, when you bought a Venus flytrap bulb or seed from the back of a comic.
Tastes like denim.
Yeah. That's good, Lizard Man. Quoting Little Shop of Horrors. Well, in a few weeks we will be watching Little Shop of Horrors. But not next week. God, that bully's jacked on his arms.
Oh yeah, he's the beefcake.
Look at him.
Look at
Hulk
those
Hogan.
biceps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feed it raw meat.
Stop being creepy, Billy.
Yep. What is it with those wavy transactions or transitions? Oh, Tom. Hamming it up for us.
Yep. Let your cartoon bats out.
How dare you throw a cartoon at me? Hey, you're just littering. Wait,
There we
the
go.
kid's name was Dominic? Damn.
Oh, welcome, Felicia. You need your own copy of the movie to synchronise along with us. We can't stream movies on YouTube due to copyright reasons, but it's wonderful if you'd like to join us. But there we go, everybody. That was Creepshow 2, which I enjoyed. It's a bit cheesy, it's a bit silly, But it's still fun. Come on, Dom, admit it.
Yeah.
You had a laugh.
I enjoy Creepshow 2. I will not say that I don't enjoy Creepshow 2. However, given the option, I would always choose Creepshow 1 over Creepshow 2. Weirdly, though, I feel like this one runs oddly smoother. I feel like Creepshow 1 is a bit too long. Maybe
Yeah,
cut
I think it's...
one of the segments.
Exactly. I'd love it right now for the opposite direction. We saw an Amish buggy coming along on the end. It's just for the Amish. 'Tis no horror film English. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. But everybody, we've had a great time watching this with you today. And we're here every Sunday night watching great movies with you. Next week, we will be watching a very requested movie from our community, The Prince of Darkness, which is going to be a lot of fun. It's not a movie I've actually seen, so I will be watching it in anticipation of the watch party, which I'm looking forward to. Or do I save it and watch it for the first time with you guys?
Save it and watch it.
Okay,
because
I will.
It's a long one, and you need me to keep you interested in the film until it gets really good. Huge cast.
Well, back to tonight. Brandon M is saying, I have a feeling it's still better than Creepshow 3, this movie.
Oh yeah.
And Felicia says, I've watched this movie so many times. I was watching it along in my head. That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful.
Mercedes provided by Willie's Wheels London. The Brits, they gave a car to him. Look at that.
No, that might be like London, Canada or something, Ontario or something. John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness, yes. Yes, it will be. So everybody, I've had a great time today. Dom. Okay, so we had a question before at the start of the watch party from our friend Anthony Galatis, didn't we? We said, what's everyone's favourite sort of segment of this movie? So I've got a question for everyone. What is your favourite segment of this movie?
I've already spoiled mine.
Okay. And I want everyone to say, so Cute Cult says Father's Day.
Oh, that's Creepshow 1.
That's Creepshow 1. What's your favourite of Creepshow 2, your favourite segment? Okay, Ace Arcadia says The Raft. Horrorfan says Blob, so really The Raft.
Yeah.
Brainwire, The Raft. Jedi Wizard says it's the first. So you liked Old Chief Woodenhead.
It's fair.
See if anyone else has come up with the answers. Horrorfan said I used to think it was the Blob when I was younger, which I understand was very similar to the Blob. And there we go. Well, Brandon's saying, I hope you never see these weekly watch parties. I enjoy watching it. We love watching it with you guys. That's why we do it. We've got no plans to stop doing them. In fact, we've got more and more cool stuff planned. Gary says it was the Raft. So I'm going to go with, I think the Raft was probably the best segment.
It's definitely the tidiest short story. Definitely works in a short form. The others, I believe you could have made an actual film out of them. I would have really liked to say, as much as I moaned about how long Chief Woodenhead was, I would have loved to see an extended version of a full feature film with Chief Woodenhead.
Yes. I want to see him, I want to see a weekly Chief Woodenhead series where he goes around solving crimes.
With the Blob, his sidekick.
With Blob, his sidekick. Like a road buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
Head and the Blob.
Yes, that's what I need. Head
what
and the
we need.
Blob. Oh, God.
Head and the Blob. Everybody, stay safe. Be kind to each other. Be kind to everyone. Look after yourselves, and we will see you in 7 days. Bye-bye.
See you then.